Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending August the 3rd, 2022. In yesterday's report for the City of Toronto, I spoke about a seller that if he sold, he probably couldn't close. Just the sale price would be lower than what he actually owes on his home. We're going to see this more and more, especially in this extreme downturn of a market that we're experiencing right now. You see, when the market was strong and seems like weekly prices were going up, sellers felt confident, and many sellers borrowed a ton of money against their home with the increase in value. And many bought at the peak when it was really high with the minimum they could put down. So they owe a lot of money on their homes. If those sellers in those situations today try to sell where the market has turned the other way, they could be in a situation, and we're going to see more of this, I'm telling you now, there's going to be situations where sellers cannot close. I know it sounds a bit crazy for a lot of you out there. Sellers are often thinking that the buyer can't close. Sometimes it's the sellers, and we're going to see it more and more in this downturn that we're experiencing right now. And it's unfortunate that for some sellers, it's even a surprise. They didn't know this up front. I'm not sure who they're working with. I'm not sure what kind of advice they're getting, but it's the wrong advice. Now, selling in that situation still might be the only option. I don't know. It all depends on the situation. I received a call just yesterday, and somebody said, is now the right time to sell? I don't know. I don't know anything about their home, the finances. I can't just say things like that over the phone. But in a process of asking questions and learning about the situation, sellers need to know how much they owe on their home. What's the sale price going to be? How much they're going to have left in their pocket after the sale, if they're actually going to have money left, or do they need to borrow other money to actually close the deal? It's going to happen more and more, and realtors that are working with buyers need to be aware of this and need to be asking the right questions, because it's a terrible thing to find out on closing day that the deal is not going to close. Can you imagine a buyer's truck or the van, the movers have the truck all full. They're at the door waiting for it to close. The buyers are excited to move into the new house, and it doesn't close. It's a problem. It's going to happen more and more. It can be avoided if the right information is given to the sellers up front. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you've experienced yourself or somebody you know a situation where the seller couldn't close, I'd like to know how you handled it in the comments below. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time, and I'll make sure my schedule is organized so we can talk about whatever's on your mind. And if you're looking to live in an upscale gated community, a community on one of the top golf courses in Canada, check out our newest listing at the end of this video. Okay, so let me show you what I've prepared. Before we get into our regular programming, lots of people talk to me about, or in the comments on YouTube are saying about, can't wait till we see 2019 prices, 2018 prices. Some people going back even further than that. But so I've put this chart together. So here, what we have here is for the whole region of Peel. And I'm explaining this because those of you that watch us regularly, you're kind of used to weekly breakdowns. Well, this is for all of Peel, for detached properties only, and it's by month. So all these numbers represent a full month. The last full month we have here is July 2022, and the highlighted in black is going back a full year on every July. So here we have July 2020, July 2019, and July 2018. If we look at sales for all of July, for all of Peel region, for detached properties only, 392 detached properties were sold. Does that sound like a lot? Well, when you look at the numbers that we used to sell, no, 392 is not a lot. If you kind of just see the way it's going, sales are way down. If we look at average sold price for the month of July, the average sold price for a detached properties across Peel region is $1,397,000, so almost 1.4 million. Well, I've got a bunch of arrows set up here. These arrows and percentages all relate to the current average sold price now. And if we're going this way, the average sold price for July 2021 was $1,359,000. So comparing to where we are now, the current price is 2.7% higher. If we go all the way back here to July 2018, our current price is 53.1% higher than where prices were July 2018. Well, if we're trying to figure out what's it going to take to get to last year's price, so the year before or the year before, well, let's look at the percentages going the other way. So we're pretty close to last year's average sold price. If we drop 2.7% more, we'll be at last year's average sold price. So everyone's pretty confident that that's going to happen. But to get to 2020 prices, we need to drop another 20.2%. Is there room in the market for prices to come down further, another 20%? Remember, they've come down quite a bit from the high that we were at already. Well, let's go all the way to 2018 here. Our current price of almost 1.4 million needs to drop another 34.7, so say 35% to get to July 2018 prices. Is there room in the market for that? Let me know in the comments below. Here's some other charts. Still, by month for detached properties, January this year versus January last year for Peel region, we were 39% higher. You could see every month the gap closing to where now we're sitting at only 3% higher than last year's average sold price. Look at the months of inventory. If we go back, this is to July 2021, we were at 0.8% last year. The months of inventory came down. Here we go, January, February, and then months of inventory has aggressively been going up. We're now sitting at 3.8 months of inventory. Let's get into our regular programming. Here we have Mississauga in blue, green is Brampton, and the red line is the Durham region. And for Durham, I'm dealing with Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. Here's a close look at Mississauga. For detached properties only, now these numbers are broken down per week. So the last full week we have here is week ending August the 3rd. 32 detached properties were sold. 4 of those were at $2 million or more. And the average sold price for a detached property in Mississauga went up a little bit. It's now at $1,539,000. Big change from where we were over $2 million down to $1,539,000. Well, $1,539,000 is 3% higher than last year's average sold price. And the median price is 5% higher than last year's median price. The median price currently is $1,439,000. It's $100,000 lower than the average sold price. Of the 32 that sold, 19% sold at list price or more. It's not a lot. And year-to-date sales, 38% fewer sales of detached properties in Mississauga this year versus last year. Listings, 8% fewer listings. And you notice the active listings is coming down a little bit. It's been kind of, for this week anyways, and really across the GTA in general, active listings is coming down For Mississauga, it's 483, and months of inventory has gone up. It's sitting now at 3.5 months of inventory. Let's look at Brampton. Brampton is just straight down. 42 detached properties were sold in the last 4 weeks. If we go back 6 weeks, it's been only 2 properties selling at $2 million or more. But in the last 4 weeks, no properties have sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price is now at $1,136,000. Big change from we had many weeks at over 1.6 million. Now it's 1,136,000, which is 9% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. And median price is also 9% lower. This is for Brampton detached properties only. Median price 3 months ago was 1.3 million. It's now $1,090,000. Year-to-date sales, 44% fewer sales in Brampton this year versus last year. 26% of those sales, of 42 sales, sold at list price or more. Last year, we were selling 71% of the properties at list price or more. We have 11% fewer listings year to date for Brampton, and also active listings is down. There's fewer properties out there for sale. Months of inventory stayed the same at 3 months of inventory. Let's look at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as our Durham sample. 48 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come down. It's now at $1,087,000. And when you step back, like I do with all the other ones, we're at 1.6. We spent many weeks higher than 1.5. We're now at $1,087,000. $1,087,000 is 1% lower than last year's average sold price. Median price is 2% lower than last year's median price. 3 months ago, median price was $1,185,000. It's now $1,043,000. Year-to-date sales, a third, 32% fewer sales. I was going to say less sales. I got to get my grammar right there. 32% fewer sales this year than what we had last year, and 3% fewer listings this year. That's year to date versus last year. Months of inventory has been coming down for several weeks in a row. It's kind of hard to explain. To be honest, I'm not even going to try it. But months of inventory is coming down. It's sitting at 1.3. Usually when months of inventory comes down, prices go up. The opposite is happening here. Let's see how things play out over the next few weeks. Here's condos. This is for all of Peel region. 26 condos were sold across Peel region. The majority of these are being bought and sold in Mississauga. Average sold price is continuing its decline down. It's now at $582,000 for the average condo sold in Peel region for week ending August the 3rd. 582 is 1% higher than last year's average sold price. Median price is 1% lower than last year's median price. 3 months ago, median price was $665,000, which was basically what the average sold price was. Median price right now for week ending August the 3rd is $545,000. Year-to-date sales, 28% fewer condo sales this year than last year, and only 19% of the condos being sold are being sold at list price or more. Listings are up. So we've got fewer condo sales, but listings for condos is up 3% year-to-date. Months of inventory is way up there at 4.5 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary of all the months of inventory, except for the Durham region, which is pretty low at 1.3. All the months of inventory are climbing. We're pretty much it's fair to say we're in a balanced market. In many markets, it's going to feel like a buyer's market, but technically we are in a balanced market. We just kind of got to get used to what's going on out there. It's so important you have the right information if you're looking to buy or sell and the right information up front. And then as things happen, you need to kind of be on top of things. Who you work with really does matter. Hope you found this information useful. Have a great day. Here's your chance to be one of the fortunate ones and live at this exclusive and upscale gated community at the Beacon Hall Golf Club in Aurora. Now, the Beacon Hall Golf Club, if you love golf, you'll probably know it ranks amongst the best in Canada. The home I'm introducing you to, 650 Brush Grove, backs onto the 7th fairway. Come, let me show you the inside. Oh, by the way, this garage, that fits 2 cars. This part of the garage, that's for your golf cart. Come on in. To say that this home has been fully modernized and renovated would be an understatement. Everything you see is new, even what you don't see. New electrical, new plumbing, new mechanicals. I would even say the home now is better than new. Why don't we start with this massive living room with over 10-foot ceilings? Here's one of my favorite rooms, the principal bedroom. Have a look. And just behind these pocket doors, your own Hollywood-style dressing room.